Well, my next student is sophomore B, that we're going to call him, and I received an IEP from this student at the very beginning of the year, saying that he had something called oppositional defiance disorder. And the very layman's terms of that disorder is that he is extremely apprehensive and has major emotional outbursts in response to frustration. And that's a very layman's definition of it. But that showed itself in classes that he had a hard time understanding concepts in. So when talking with this student, one of the classes that he had the hardest time with was Algebra 1. And the concepts in Algebra 1 were just foreign to him. He didn't understand them, and he would act out in class and get very frustrated. And so our school record shows a lot of disciplinary issues, and the grades were not doing very well in the class either. When talking to the teacher, she said that he exhibited a lot of frustration and anger in the class and would often take it out on other students. And I also observed this in my class. Vocal pedagogy, understanding how the voice works, especially when the voice is still changing, is very, very frustrating. And so, with oppositional defiancy on top of it, it caused a lot of times where the student would act out in my class. He had to excuse himself one day because he was so frustrated that he couldn't understand. And Martin Hagmuller, who is a speech pathologist and a vocal pedagogist, was talking about stress in the human voice and observing the tension in the voice through stress and frustration, and talking about how it actually changes the vocal mechanism and the vocal production. And so we had to work on some things to help him relieve his stress in order to sing properly. And I used research from Stephen Clift, who is talking about benefits of singing and the emotional benefits of singing, and using the breathing techniques that he talks about, and doing things to help relieve his stress. And in relieving his stress and opening up his vocal mechanism, he was able to produce sound more freely, and he was able to sing better and understand those concepts better. And so he was able to translate the frustrations that he was having with music, and could use the breathing and the other exercises in his math class to actually help with his oppositional defiancy disorder and be able to process music better. So he's actually ending the course with AC plus in math.